Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Crochet with Sara, our live video podcast that we try to do every Tuesday at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. And it's Central Time because I'm in Oklahoma, near Oklahoma City. And I know some of you were confused. Some of you didn't even realize that I moved. But we've been here back in Oklahoma for 3 years now. Can you believe that? It's so strange. The time went by really, really fast. And anyway, happy joke day. I do have a joke for you though, okay? Before we get in, I have so much to show you and talk about. We got a lot of stuff to do. And so, buckle up, Buttercup. It's gonna be a bumpy ride. Hopefully it'll go smoothly. Let's start with our clinkety clink clinkin'. I'm drinking my water today. I'm being a good girl. I had my cup of coffee I actually had a cup and a half this morning. And I'm trying to do better. Not drink coffee all day. I do still love my coffee. Well, happy first day of July. I was going to wait till next week to announce what the giveaway of the month is because we're doing Christmas in July this month a little bit. But I couldn't wait. I was so excited. So hang on. We're going to take a few minutes and then I'll tell you what it is. First of all, I wanted to tell you, those of you who donated and bought patterns through Ravelry, we did it. We actually made it to $515, and I sent it over to his bank account on Wednesday because the sale ended on Ravelry on Tuesday night. I just want to say thank you, and he said to tell you thank you also because, like I said, being a senior and being a marching band is super duper expensive, and so I think they're having to pay $4,000 just for the marching band. And so he paid his first $500, and then we paid the second one, and his folks are going to pay the next one. And he's saving up his money. He's doing such a good job at work. And Callie, his little sister, is working with him now. They both work at Whataburger. And it's kind of fun because he's been there about a year and a half. And when Callie turned 16 in May, she started working there. And he's training her. And I'm so proud of her. Because, she's very shy. And it's been really good for her. Okay, so I wanted to tell you about that. I also wanted to tell you, let's see, I had one more thing I needed to mention real quick. Oh, that reminds me, one of you mentioned it, I think it was Connie, that Mad Mimi did want my Oma hat, and she's looking for more crazy hats. Tell her just to look in my hat playlist, because I have a lot of really fun crazy ones in there, and some fun ones as well, and some normal ones. But anytime you're looking for something, hang on 2 seconds. Getting dry already. Anytime you're looking for something, go to my YouTube channel. If you click on, there's a little circle on it has my face in it. I kind of think I'm going like. Anyway, you can click over there, and across the top there are these little tabs, and one of them says playlist. Just click that playlist tab, and all my different playlists will come up, okay? And they're all categorized. Some of them are crochet alongs, and then some of them are a bunch of different things, okay? Alrighty, now, I also wanted to tell you a joke. And then we're going to talk about what the giveaway is. I'm just kind of waiting for everyone to get in here because it's a really spectacular giveaway. All right. Ready? All right. What happened to the naughty granny square? Not naughty granny. Because I'm a granny. I'm an Oma. Okay, what happened to the naughty granny square? She got herself into trouble. You know, because treble is the same as a triple stitch. Come on, give me some laughing faces. She got untangled. I think maybe she got tangled. I'm telling you all, I am terrible at telling jokes, but I absolutely love silly jokes. Okay. All right, now before I tell you what the giveaway is, I want you to meet my new bear. She's actually not a bear, she's a cat. Isn't she so cute? She is a Build-A-Bear. I received her this week, and her name is Cotton Candy. But we're going to call her Candy for short. Isn't she so cute? I was so excited when I got her. She is so cute. Isn't she beautiful? Look at her tail. Oh, she got this long tail. Oh, she's so cute. So, we have one more pet in our collection of Build-A-Bears. This is Cotton Candy. I'm calling her a kitten because she's so cute. Isn't she cute? I just love her. I love Build-A-Bears. They're just so squishy. All right, I'm going to set her down here out of the way. I'm put her on the yarn under here. All right, are we ready to find out what the July, I'm calling it the Christmas in July giveaway because remember, we're going to have 2 weeks before I announce the winner. Are you ready? I'm going to click over to my other camera so you can see it up close. All right, now you all remember Buddy who makes the pins. He made me this one. Isn't it gorgeous? It's yellow. I wish you could see all the flecks in there. But anyway, he also made some crochet kits. And he still has a couple in his Etsy shop. And you can find the Etsy link down underneath this video in the description box if you want to go and look at it. Okay? Now, this is a super cool box because I got a magnet on the end here. And I've already put one of the hooks in. And it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 interchangeable hooks. This is a 3. Let's see. I think the biggest is a 6.0. Let me see this green one. I think this one might be bigger. No, that's a 5.5. So the biggest one is a 6.0. Let me see this purple one real quick. Nope, it's a 7. That 7 hook, it's really hard to find a set that has a 7 millimeter. But anyway, this is, he hand makes these ends, and it's red and green for Christmas in July. And you just unscrew this, slide the hook on, and screw it back in, and they're very sturdy. But he makes this. He gets these blocks of acrylic in, and he does this on a lathe. It's just beautiful. He smooths them down and puts acrylic coating on it, and I mean, they're just gorgeous. And my son-in-law came over the other night. We were out in the garden. He was picking up his wife, actually, because she was over for a little while. And, oh, I know what it was. Callie was showing me her new haircut. That's what it was. I'm like, what was the deal? Anyway, and he handed this to me, and he said Buddy wanted me to go ahead and give this away. And I said, perfect timing, because it's got red and green all in it. It's just gorgeous. I wish you could see all the bright, shiny flecks in that. It's just gorgeous. Anyway, this is a $60 set that he sells on Etsy. Okay? And it's absolutely beautiful. And you can see it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I've got one of them in here. And I'll show you. It's really easy. You just unscrew this. I'm trying to be gentle. And you pull this out. There we go. I want to be real gentle with it. Okay? And you pull that out. And then you can just put this back on. And let's see. This goes in this slot. And I love this because it's got a nice little box. And it's got a magnet. And everything's nice and tidy. And you can take that with you. All right. So, that's our Christmas in July giveaway for July. It's just gorgeous. And it's handmade. And he orders the crochet hooks and stuff in. And then he makes that bottom part like you did on this one. The yellow on the pin. And I know a lot of you bought pins last year around Christmas, and he was so thankful because one thing that you don't know, you may not know, is that all the pins and items that he sells through his Etsy shop, a percentage of that goes towards the fund, that a tuition fund in the name of his precious son that lost his life. And it's a really neat thing that he does. And for him just to donate this out of the blue was perfect timing. And I have never ever met him in person. I have talked with him through Facebook, and then of course through my son-in-law and my daughter. And he's just an amazing man, and he's very generous. He made a special pen for my daughter that has like a piano, because she plays the piano, and with piano notes and stuff. He's just very, very talented. And so anyway, that's our giveaway. All right, so it's just gorgeous. I really want to keep it for myself, but he made me one also that has a purple handle, and I love it. It's in the other room. I keep it in a special spot. And it is like this one. This is the boy style, BOYE style hooks, and they're interchangeable. It's okay. So, $60 set that you're going to win if you win. Now, how do we get involved in the... Oh, he made you a Dodger pen? Oh, how cool. Isn't he talented? Anyway, yeah, go to his shop. Look at what he's got. I looked there this morning and I thought I saw 2 more crochet sets. But he also has a whole lot of pens. But anyway, how do you get involved in the giveaway, right? So all you have to do is comment on today's video. All of you that have already commented, you're already included. And what we'll do in 2 weeks, on Tuesday morning, I will put all the names in that random generator, and it just kind of spins. It's kind of fun. I'm going to have to show it to you sometime. It's kind of fun. Anyway, and then we check to make sure that the winner hasn't won in the last couple years, and then I'll announce your name on that video, okay? And remember, I don't chase you down. You need to watch, and I give you about 2 weeks, if you don't respond, and then we'll choose another winner. And sometimes I just want to give you a chance, and then, but with this, I will give you 2 weeks to respond. And then if you don't, I'll choose another winner, because this is an amazing gift. Okay. So all you have to do is comment on today's video and you're already entered into the giveaway. And 2 weeks from today, as I always say, if the creek don't rise, I can't remember the whole saying now all of a sudden. Anywho, unless something keeps me from doing the video on Tuesday, I'll announce it that day, okay? Alrighty. I'm just so excited about this. And it just totally blesses my heart that he would be willing to do that. Alright? Alright, now, the next thing I want to do is I have a shout out for us today. Her name is Cindy Hearts Crochet. I'm pretty sure I've told you about her before. The thing I really like about her channel is she's not all like professional, where everything has perfect memes and perfect this and perfect that. Kind of like mine. Because my stuff's not perfect either. And she's just a lot of fun to listen to. I think you just really enjoy her. Okay, and her name is Cindy, of course. And her YouTube channel is Cindy Hearts, the word, Hearts Crochet YouTube channel. So her link is also down underneath this video. Go check her out. Show her some crochet love and subscribe. And like and ring that bell. All right. Oh, I did want to mention about the bell. I have never been emailed when I've rung bells of other people's shops. And someone told me that's because that's the way I have my YouTube set up. So if you're getting emails when you push the bell on somebody's, you can go in, not email, your YouTube, where you're on YouTube, and go in and change your settings to not have them email you. And then they won't. Okay, I was unaware of that. I had already set mine up that way. So don't let that stop you from ringing the bell, because you can turn it off so that it doesn't email you. But when you get on YouTube, it will show you those things. Okay, because that's what it does for me. And I was just like so confused because I didn't get emails when I ring other YouTube channels bells. Okay, I thought I would clarify that. All right, I do have a yarn of the week I want to show you. And I got this in this week. I got 5 different colors here. This is the Premier Flora. This color is called, it says Made in Turkey. I'm looking at the wrong thing. There it is. Oh, you mean that big word right in front of me. I was looking way up here. Goldenrod. Okay, and then I have this one. This one is called River. This is a light blue, and it is called Sky. And then we got this one. This one is called Roses, and this one is called Blush. And I got these in. I think they're just gorgeous. And this yarn is 85% acrylic. It's 14% rayon from bamboo. And that's what makes it so soft. And then 1% nylon. And the nylon, as you can see these flecks in here, that's what that is that thread that's running through there that makes those flecks. Isn't that pretty? It's just a gorgeous yarn. Absolutely gorgeous. I keep saying, well, I want to make this with that, or I want to make that. I can't make up my mind. But I thought all these colors went together really nicely. It's a bulky number 5. It has 98 yards or 3.5 ounces per skein. And I did not put the price on here. Let me see if I've got that pulled up real quick. I want to say $4.99, but I might be wrong, so don't quote me on that. Let's see. It is $4.99. I am correct this one time. And one thing I do want to show you while I had that pulled up. The neat thing about Premier is like here let me come back up here. Here is, where did it go? I lost it. Oh, there it is. Here is the Flora yarn. And then they have free patterns that you can do using their yarns. And I just love that because a lot of times they get this, you know, companies will make these beautiful yarns and you're like, I don't know what to do with that. It's so gorgeous, but, you know, or how to put colors together and things. And so, washable and dryable. Let me look at the label. Machine wash, cold, lay flat to dry. And that's because it's got that bamboo and that nylon in there. Okay, but I always wash things on gentle and I always lay them flat to dry. So I didn't think about that. Okay, I really recommend you never, ever, ever put anything you crocheted in the dryer, but that's just me. Because most of the yarns, you know, that we use will have some polyester or nylon or acrylic in it, and that will all melt in your dryer. And that's why if you've made like this big, enormous, you know, blanket, and it's gorgeous, but it's made out of acrylic, and I don't know, like one of my dogs threw up on it, you know, or my dog, I'm down to one dog now. But anyway, throw it in the washer, and then you throw it in the dryer, and it comes out and it's crispy. That's because it's made of acrylic or polyester or nylon, okay? And so that's why I always recommend people never put their stuff in the dryer unless it's cotton. Now, I'll put cotton in the dryer occasionally. But anything with acrylic or, you know, those fibers in there, they're just going to melt and get icky. And I just figure, some of them say you can, but I always say, I spent a lot of time making this, and I want it to last as long as possible. Okay? So, but this is our yarn of the week, not the month. Flora Premier, and it is absolutely beautiful and so soft. Oh my word, it's so soft. This would make a beautiful, beautiful sweater. I didn't order enough to make a sweater. I'm not a big sweater fan when it comes to crochet though, so you probably won't find much of a sweater in my stuff. Okay, so that is our yarn of the week. And now let's talk about what happened this week at Posh Pooch Designs. Now, we did a walkthrough of my summer garden, and I've been putting it off. The weight I said was a bulky 5. We've been putting it off because of the weather. Either it was super duper windy or we had an amazing amount of rain, and I actually had to replant my cucumbers because the soil was so saturated. My raised beds, they drain really well. We put a lot of gravel in the bottom underneath our good soil that we got from the garden center. But they were just so saturated, they were just yicky. And so we pulled them all out and we replanted the cucumbers, and they're doing fantastic. I actually got my first cucumber yesterday. I've got zucchini out the wazoo and tomatoes. And the blackberry bushes, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8.5 jars of sugar, no sugar added blackberry jelly. And then I had some apples fall off my apple trees. And so I made some apple butter. Let's see, what else did we do? Oh, I bought jars. I'm going to make salsa. And then, of course, I'm going to pickle some pickles. So I'm super excited about the way the garden's going this year. I've got a ton of peaches. I cannot wait to make peach preserves. You got your first cucumber today, too? Awesome! I'm so excited. I grew a little bit different this year. I only grew Roma tomatoes instead of doing several because they keep cross-pollinating. But I think someone around here must have some beefsteak tomatoes planted because my Roma tomatoes are huge. I mean, I should have grabbed one and brought it in. It's huge. And they are so yummy. But tomorrow I'm going to be working on making some salsa because I've got about 50 tomatoes that are ripe enough to make salsa. I'm so excited about it. I did make some pico de gallo. My cilantro that I planted didn't grow well because I have them in those barrels and it just got saturated, with all the rain. And they were just wilted before I could even use them. And so I went to Aldi and grabbed some cilantro and I made some pico de gallo because I had green peppers, I had jalapenos and tomatoes. And I always use the purple onions in my pico de gallo. Everyone always says, use the white onions. I'm like, no. The purple onions do two things. They taste better because they're sweet, and they're pretty. The crochet hooks are the boy style. Like I said, they're not inline. They're boy style, BOYE style. The pickles that I make, I do too. I'm trying out a new I was going to say recipe this year, but I usually do half kind of a dill pickle that's spicy and half a bread and butter pickle. So what I'm going to do the spicy dill pickles, but I'm also going to do a different bread and butter pickle because bread and butter pickles have sugar in them and I can't have sugar. And so I have a recipe. If you want to look for recipes that have what they call no sugar added, there is a lady, I think she's called the Hungry Carrot. And I got my my jelly recipe and the apple butter recipe off her site. I believe it was called the Hungry Carrot. I can't remember exactly. It's carrot something. But we use instead, it's called xylitol and monk fruit. And they're mixed together. And it works really well. And the monk fruit gives it a little bit of a fruitiness too. And I really love the flavor that they came out. As I said, Leslie, I got them from a website called, I think it's the Hungry Carrot is where I got them from. But it's a YouTube channel. Okay. What happened this week at Posh Pooch Designs? Oh, Terry, if you don't like the texture of apple butter, I blend mine up where it's smooth. Just stick it in your blender and smooth it out so it's like applesauce. And then it will do well. But I do not use all the different stuff they put in there with this recipe. It's basically the apples peeled and chopped, the amount of monk fruit and xylitol that's in there, and then you use pumpkin pie spice, and that's it. And a little bit of lemon juice. And that's it. All right, so what happened this week at Posh Pooch Designs? We talked about the garden, and I did a video, and you can walk through and see my garden, how it's doing at this point. But to be honest with you, I did that video last Wednesday. Today, I think it's grown twice as much as it was at last Wednesday. Okay? So, I forgot to click the camera over here. Okay. So this is what we did this week. For Friday Fun Day, we did our updated magnet and applique for our home pillow and wall hanging. And this is a patriotic one because of 4th of July. But also I talk about in the video that you can do this in your favorite sports team's colors or school colors or just your favorite colors. It's just a fun little squarish cup. And we change colors every row until we hit the blue. We add this pretty little trim. On the other one, and I'll point to it, it's behind me on the hanger, the star in the middle we embroidery. And I show you how to embroidery the star. You can add a button or you can add, like this is a flat back. Like this. It's flat on the back. And you can put those on, just hot glue those on. Okay? And if you want to know, this is again, our crochet of the year, not the month. This is our crochet along for the year. And we started with, in January, making the graph that you can do a pillow or a wall hanging. And you could also make it into a nice bag. Anyway, and then every month we're making a coffee cup in a different shape to go with it. All right, and the link to that you can find underneath this video. I also have all of this stuff in a playlist called the Home Playlist. And if you go to my YouTube channel, hit that playlist link, this will come up as one of the playlists. And all the patterns for the graphs and all of the cups are free Ravelry downloads as well. I have decided that on this pillow, I'm going to add some sort of a trim because I think that it's plain. I might add some fringe or some tassels. But I'm going to do that at the end. And the same thing, I'm going to click over so you can see the, I almost went the wrong direction. Here's the one on the wall hanging. And I think it needs some fringe at the bottom also. So I think I'm going to do a little something more, but I'm going to do that at the end. That way it gives us, another way that we can fancy those up. Because I think it looks a little plain without the fringe or tassels or something on it. We'll see. All right, let's move that. Put my pillow back under here. And let's talk about this. Now this is our lunch bag, tote bag. It's small. I think if I remember right, it measures about 8 inches across. No, it's 8 inches this way, or 8.5 inches this way. And it's 19 inches around. And you can use it as your handles doubled, or you can do it as a shoulder bag. Because the way we did it is we added D-rings on the ends. And so you can adjust that, and you can make the handle as long as you want or as short as you want. It's really simple. And this is a really simple bag. It's all done in double crochets. So if you want to make it bigger, just add more chains to make it wider, because you're not going to have any sort of a pattern. So there isn't any multiples to do. You just, when you make that beginning chain, just make it longer. And then it will be wider, and everything else is the same. If you want to make it taller, before we do our last row of single crochet up here, you just do as many rows of double crochet as you want. But I made it this size because it is used small as a lunch bag, small project bag, a small purse. And it's the perfect size. I wouldn't put my Tupperware away, but it's the perfect size to fit your lunch inside. And the other neat thing is that it is washable. Okay? Machine wash, cold, lay flat to dry. So if you got, say, coffee on it, it's always coffee with me, toss it in the wash with some of your other cotton things and just lay it flat on your dryer to dry, or hang it up somewhere to dry. But this yarn is a bulky 5, and this is what it is. Premier Candy Shop cotton, and you need 1 skein to make the whole bag. Okay, bulky 5, 85% recycled cotton, and 15% recycled polyester. And the cotton is like the colors in there, and then there's white that runs all the way through it. When they do cotton and polyester together, it's an excellent marriage because cotton is a good bag or a good yarn because it absorbs and it is nice and sturdy and colorful. But the polyester helps it keep its shape and again is sturdy. And I always love it when they put the two together. All right, isn't that pretty? And oh, the color. I was going to say the color. Where'd it go? The color's called Sour Splash. And you can see that because it's got lots of different colors in here that look like, it reminded me of those things that my grandkids eat. You get it, we always buy them at, I think it's called Five Below in these bags. And they're like Sour Patch. That's what it is. Sour Patch candies. That's what this reminded me of. It's just beautiful. And it just moves from color to color to color. And you can see that in all those beautiful colors. And you just need one skein, or one cake, I should say, to make this bag. And of course, it's a bulky number 5, so you could really use any bulky number 5 to use it, to make this bag. But I absolutely love this yarn for this bag. And just a side note, on Friday, we're making something to go along with it out of this same yarn. Okay? And it's so that it will match as a set. Now, I always say, people always steal my lunch at work. Get you a bag like this. They won't take your bag because you'll be able to spot it. And you can also put some little charms on it. Like I put a little paw print charm here. This is one that was made for me by a friend. Isn't it cute? And then this is a flashlight. So it'd be nice to have a flashlight with you, you know, if you put a battery in it. There's no battery. I guess I better get a battery in there. But this was given to my husband actually on Father's Day a couple years ago at a church that we attend. They gave them all flashlights. I don't know why, but it's super cute and I took it. So anyway, it's just really, really pretty. All the colors are kind of a pastel-y. And like this orange is like almost like a sherbet orange, and bright yellow, light yellow, this green. I mean, it's just gorgeous. And it looks just like those Sour Patch candies. And the bag is really easy and quick to make. And I really enjoyed making this because I like things that are useful, quick to make. And I really enjoyed working with this yarn. It was so much fun watching those colors move, you know, from color to color. Oh, and don't forget it has a nice button tab on the front. We made a button tab with a nice big button. So all your goodies can be stowed in there without a problem. Now, I do not recommend lining this bag. A lot of times I'll say if you want to line it, go ahead. But this bag, I don't recommend that. Because if you line it, and this is made with two different, you know, it's made with cotton and with polyester. And if you line it with a cotton or something, when you go to wash it, the inside is not going to wash the same as the outside. Okay, and I don't know, I just don't think it really needs a liner. Okay. Alrighty, so that's what we did this week at Posh Pooch Designs. New patterns, new yarn, crochet hook set. All right, now if you're coming in late and you want to know what the giveaway is, go to the beginning of the, about 5 minutes into the video, and I explain all about the giveaway. And again, everybody who's commented today, you're already entered. And in 2 weeks, I will announce the winner. Okay. So, I want to wish everybody who celebrates the 4th of July a fantastic 4th of July. And if you're in Oklahoma, Mustang has the world's best, well, maybe next to Mount Rushmore and Washington, D.C., you know, the world's best 4th of July show. It is amazing every year. It really is. You know, and in Mustang, Oklahoma, it is legal to shoot off your fireworks within the city limits. And so everybody just goes crazy. I sit on my back porch because we're in Yukon right on the edge of Mustang, and I just sit on my back porch and I can just look right there and see a gazillion beautiful, beautiful fireworks being set off. Last Saturday night, the fire department did a huge firework display in Mustang that was just gorgeous. And it was so much fun to watch. It was so much fun to watch. And so we're going to stay home. And we're just going to grill some steaks and watch everybody else's fireworks. One year we did an amazingly huge, the year that it was when we first moved back and we were living in a Mustang before they finished building our house, and we were in the rental house, and we did a bunch of fireworks in our front yard. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. But the next day, there was so much haze, you couldn't even see out your front door. It was totally fun, though. It was so much fun because all the neighborhoods do it within the Mustang city limits because it is legal. And it's fun. It is so much fun. So maybe I'll get some some sparklers or something. Alrighty, let me look through my list, make sure I mentioned everything. I mentioned thank you for Aiden. I mentioned the garden. I mentioned cotton candy. Isn't she so cute? I just love her. Alright, don't forget the shout out. Go see Cindy Hart's Crochet and give her a like and a subscribe and ring her bell. Alrighty, and then we talked about the yarn and what was new this week. Whew, that's a lot of stuff, I know. And I tried to keep up with your comments. But if I missed a question, just repost it somewhere and I'll try to get to it, okay? Alrighty, now before I go, I do want to remind you, I have put Buddy, the gentleman who makes the crochet hooks and the fancy pins, I've put his Etsy shop underneath this video as well. And remember, the proceeds from his Etsy shop go to the scholarship, tuition scholarship that he gives out every year in memory of his son who passed. And so go ahead and buy some pens. Buy them now for Christmas, you know, because he does a beautiful job. He makes the acrylic ones, and he also does the Jerusalem wood ones. And I need to get one of those because I think they're just beautiful. But he gave me this one, and it is awesome. All I said was, oh, look at that yellow pin. It's gorgeous. And like the next day, my son-in-law shows up at my house and says, here, Buddy wants you to have this. Buddy is so generous. I mean, he really is. I've never met him in person, but it's just amazing. Okay. And I think that's everything, so I'm going to let you go on that. And I want you all to have an amazing 4th of July. And if you don't celebrate, just have some fun anyway. You know, just have super duper fun. All right? Bye-bye.